Mr. Speaker, I now yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from New York, Mr. King, a valued member of the Financial Services Committee, a tireless advocate and occasionally tiring advocate for TRIA reauthorization.
Gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank the gentleman for yielding and for his mostly kind words. No, very serious. I thank the chairman. At the outset, let me thank Chairman Hensling, Chairman Neugebauer, Ranking Member Waters, my good friend Mrs. Maloney from New York, and also Senator Schumer, because as the gentleman from Georgia said, this has been a long and winding road, but we've arrived at a compromise which I believe is worthy of support of all members of this body, certainly those of us who strongly support TRIA. I have been a supporter of TRIA going back now 12, 13 years because after 9/11 we realized it was absolutely essential that TRIA be enacted, if not just New York, be rebuilt, but also that construction be allowed to go forward anywhere around the country where there could be a risk of a terrorist attack, which is why Major League Baseball, and the NFL, and NASCAR, and virtually every large university in the country supports TRIA. Now, this is a compromise, and it's a compromise where all of us can find some fault with it, but the bottom line is the essence of TRIA has been sustained, and as we go forward, it's essential, I believe, strongly believe, that it be extended. Now, let's make it clear, there's been not 1 cent of federal money expended on TRIA, but during the 13 years it's been in effect, we've had billions of dollars in construction and jobs and revenues coming into the federal government. There's also not 1 federal employee involved in administering TRIA. But we are where we are, and it's for 6 years to have that certitude is absolutely essential. And I respect those on the other side who may have objections to added provisions in the bill. I would just say, let us keep our eyes on the prize. Those of us who realize how important TRIA is, we're never going to get all we want. I happen to fully support the provision that's in on end users, but even if I didn't, I would still support this bill because it's so essential. And let me just also say, in closing, in addition to those I mentioned, let me also acknowledge Congressman Grimm for the outstanding work that he's done on this from the days he first came to this body. So in closing, I urge all members, both parties and both houses to support this bill. It's a solid piece of legislation, and all of us can be proud for voting for it. And I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves, gentlelady from Canada.
On this vote, the yeas are 417, the nays are 7. No one answering present. The bill is passed.